Hi and welcome back to Nature Magnified. Now this is my macro lens which I have glued on to the back of my mobile phone, and I use this for shooting macro photography. Now the problem with this is that if you're going to use it with a gimbal like this, which is the Osmo Mobile 2, then you'll know that because of the weight of the lens, it is unbalanced and it will tilt to one side. The solution to this is to use what are called counterweights for the gimbal. This is the Ulanzi gimbal counterweight, which I bought off GearBest. Now Ulanzi is a company that's based out of China, and they make photography solutions, as they call it. Let's open this up and take a look at what is inside the box. Now inside you get a clip and two sets of weights. This is the clip which you will attach onto your gimbal, and by rotating this knob you can expand the clip or screw it in onto the gimbal using the same knob. Now it has some holes on the side, you can see one here and two on the sides, into which you can screw in the counterweights. The weights itself are able to screw into each other, and if you unscrew it you will get 4 such counterweights. Here, let me show you how the counterweights can be screwed into the clip. You just screw it in as you would screw any other screw, and you can screw in the counterweights either onto the 3 holes on the sides. Here I'm screwing in 3 different counterweights into 3 of those screw holes, but you can also choose to screw one into the other, one on top of the other, so that you can adjust the weight according to your own needs. Okay, now let's see how to attach the counterweights onto the gimbal. For that, first we need to put the phone into the holder of the gimbal. Okay, now you can see that the phone is not balanced properly because of the weight of the lens. So now we are going to attach this counterweight onto the gimbal. You can fix it on any place on the gimbal on the opposite side of the lens. So anywhere on this arm, you just clip it on, screw it in place. That's it. Now you're ready to set up the gimbal once again. You need to balance the gimbal afresh. You can balance the gimbal by adjusting the flexible arm so that it balances perfectly horizontal in both axes, and also by sliding the phone back and forth so that it's perfectly balanced. Now if you turn it on, you will find that the phone is perfectly balanced and you can use it in this manner. Now let's take it outside and test it, and I in particular want to test whether adding the counterweights and not using the zoom on the camera will help in stabilizing the phone and getting smoother footage, especially while taking macro videos. Now this is how I would typically use it in the situation where I'm shooting a macro video. It would mostly be facing downwards and I would be holding it steady while taking the video. Alternatively, if I was using it without the gimbal, then I would be holding it with two hands and taking the video like this. But of course I would have to shift back and forth to start and stop the video with my fingers. Now here's a comparison of two frames, one with the gimbal and the counterweights and the other without any gimbal, just handheld. There seems to be considerable shake in both the videos. So as earlier, to map the shake, I put it into a software and tracked it frame by frame to map the path of a point. You can see the mapping of the shake recorded here, and both of them have considerable shake. Here's another one, and in this you can see that without the gimbal it's actually better than with the gimbal. And here's the final one, and again you can see here that not using the gimbal is actually better and less shake than using the gimbal with the counterweights. So in conclusion, using a gimbal with counterweights for your attachable macro lens does not seem to help stabilize the video any better.